I have with me the Devil Wears Prada. Who's excited? A nice crowd, a civilized crowd. Now the reason I'm sitting up here is because these two guys here, they haven't actually changed their clothes for the last week apparently. You lost your luggage. What happened there?
Oh, we didn't lose our luggage. Someone else lost our luggage.
A person, who's not to be named because we don't know the name, did lose it,
I see. So you've been wearing these clothes for 5 days straight and no one's given you any spare clothes. The New Zealand hospitality hasn't quite...
Well, I've changed. Between each of us, we have like 3 different pieces of clothing that we keep making new outfits out of. Like, maybe I'll wear the undershirt, maybe I won't wear it. I don't know. That's kind of how
I haven't done that. I wore it.
He even played. You even played in that.
Yeah.
Shower in a can. It's always a good thing.
I've had plenty of showers, but it hardly rejuvenates when you get back into the same smelly outfit. So
it's almost worse.
I have to ask, the name Devil Wears Prada, a lot of people think of the movie, you obviously get this a lot, classic interview question, how did the name come about? And I understand you beat the movie to the name, right?
The simplest way is we were very young and we assumed that nobody would ever find out that it was a movie. A lot of our bands, or a lot of other bands that we listened to, took their names from books and movies. For example, As It Lay Dying, and the book got popular, became a movie, and here we are. And we regretted it ever since we named it that.
So no thoughts of a name change.
Well, many thoughts, but it's just too much work.
There was a point where we were, well, not even a point, it's still happening, where we were like, you know what, maybe we can trick people, not use our band name anymore, and kind of be like the artist formerly known as Prince, just have a symbol. So now we got a symbol.
Yeah, we have the symbol, just nobody's calling
We're just
hoping.
So. You got to call us the symbol. I don't know how you pronounce it. But.
So you guys formed in 2005. Were there any big influences on your music at the time where you thought, we want to kind of be like these guys, or we just, let's do our own thing?
Yeah, we were really into Under Oath and As It Lay Dying and all the kind of Christian metalcore bands, Still Remains and stuff that were playing at the time. So we kind of just combined that with our local scene, which was more in the hardcore side of things. So that was a big influence too. So just that whole kind of deal.
And then the fact that we didn't really know how to play music very well kind of made this really weird sounding thing, and we just went with it. And then we learned how to play a little bit, but still don't know how.
So you've produced 4 albums. This latest album is called 818. So what does that mean? 818?
It's actually our 5th, but yeah, 818 is Romans 8:18. Our newest effort came out in September. Just touring now, playing a bunch of songs.
And you're obviously here at Parachute. How was that last night on the stage? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it's our first show of the new year, so we're happy to have started off well.
New Zealand has a little bit of a hardcore scene. On Life FM, which is a brand of ours, we have a hardcore show every Sunday night. So we have a bit of a following. Did we impress with the crowd here?
Yeah, that was great.
Awesome.
I was actually a bit surprised because we were playing in between 2 softer bands, so I kind of thought maybe people would be waiting for the band after us, and people would remain after the band before us, but it seemed like everybody was into it, so.
Now, Daniel, you're a drummer. I'm actually a drummer myself. I used to play a little bit, not much.
Right on.
Do you have much influence in terms of how the songs are made, or do you leave it up to these singers here?
I mean, to be honest, Chris writes pretty much the structure of the song, and kind of gives us like a skeleton, and then we kind of all rearrange and add on top of that. So like, I guess you could say I have a bit of say, but not much. Not as much as him.
I will say if the songs got pressed the way that I write them, people would not like them.
Yeah, it just comes across a bit mechanical because he's writing it on the computer, and then I kind of take the parts and rewrite them to kind of flow to where my arms don't hurt when I'm playing the song.
Yeah, and most of the times, like even when he has a song that's done, we'll jam it together and be like, okay, this part right here is not working, or this is not working, or rework that and stuff like that. So. And
we have written songs, many songs, full band, starting from scratch, just like, all right, what do we want to do, and then just jam it out. And we kind of do that on purpose, so it can contrast with the songs I write on the computer. And those are the more jammy songs, and I write the more technical songs.
I read in your bio, we've got a little media booklet, it said in the bio that this is hardcore music for the thinking man. Now, what does that mean? Or what are you trying to get people to think about? What are some of the themes?
I think that what was meant by that is more along the lines of we really take care when we write the music. Like, I like to analyze why do I like this song by this band, you know, and just kind of figure out the different elements. And then we really, really take care putting a lot of time into all the details and all that. So it's less like meathead weightlifting beatdown music and more just like, oh, you notice a new thing every time you listen to the song. So I think that's what is meant by that.
But there's no kind of deeper theme, deeper meanings that you're trying to slip into your songs in terms of maybe the lyrics or
Lyrically.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, lyrically, I try to make it a little bit interesting compared to the usual kind of run-of-the-mill, everything is a war, everything is a battle type thing. So I try to do my best to kind of instill different topics that you probably wouldn't expect within a heavier band. But a lot of the times that comes in different forms. And I mean, I wouldn't be so arrogant to say that all the songs are like that, because I think that lyrically some of them are more generic than others. But yeah, I think specifically there's a bit of contrast there, and some color and live differently than others.
Awesome. Now you're one of the singers. You're also a singer. How, as a hardcore band, a question a lot of people probably ask you is, how does the voice hold up through a big tour?
It usually doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, but you have to you know, survive and do the best possible and try to give the songs as much as you can when they're being played live, because I know that we form and articulate and create these songs to have that live and for them to have that reflection when they are performed from a stage. When my voice isn't doing very well, it's hard to give all of the effort and energy that it deserves, but I pray and do my best whenever that comes around.
Work with what you got.
So there are no kind of remedies, you know, like don't have this before I sing, you know, take some.
There are things like that too, but a lot of times it doesn't help.
Okay.
It happens regardless.
Germs
Yeah.
rocks the honey water, which is disgusting.
I do, yeah, pour some honey in there. He always has warm water. Cold water is really bad for your throat. But really, we've talked about over the years, it's so mental, you know. The problem with the remedies and stuff is that if you start trying them, then you rely on them and think that it's going to work, and when it doesn't, you just psych yourself out. So it's like, you know, you just know inevitably through the tour it's going to fade out. So
I have accidentally drank one of those honey waters before.
it's pretty nice.
It is
huh? I'm
disgusting.
thinking about selling it. You know, I am
Bottle it
actually,
on
if
your
anyone
own.
has a honey farm here in New Zealand, I'm looking
plenty
for buyers
Plenty of honeybees.
or
in New Zealand.
suppliers, you know. So.
Now, Christians may look at your music and think, wow, that's really angry, it's quite heavy. I mean, obviously, you have a bit of a, maybe a battle in terms of how you portray yourselves as being a Christian band in such a heavy genre. How do you go about that?
We definitely didn't pioneer the heavy Christian music. We're just kind of, I mean, honestly, it's really, we don't get as much flack as people assume we do, really.
Usually, I'm sure the battle occurs before you get to our show. We don't really have a lot of people, hey, just so you know. It's more like, I'm not going to listen to that and go. It's like, well, that's fine. You know, it's probably not your style anyway, regardless of whether it's Christian or not. So it's fine.
That's brilliant. Most people hopefully would have gotten over that by now.
Yeah.
And how are you finding New Zealand? You liking the country so far?
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
We're going to
it's
Hobbiton
beautiful,
tomorrow.
man.
Hey.
Yes.
Saw a
Very
lot
excited.
of cool livestock around. We saw, you know, as we're driving here, sceneries. We actually, him and I and him went to the top of Christchurch a couple of days ago and
Rode a
saw,
gondola.
yeah,
It was sick.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
Nice country, excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying your stay. Any more shows while you're here this weekend?
No, I think just tonight is it, and then we're off to do a bunch of stuff all throughout Asia. So, yeah, this is our last night as honorary Kiwis. If you'll have us, you know.
I'm sure that.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming in, and give them a hand, everybody. The Devil Wears Prada.
Thank you very much, sir.
Cheers, Mike.